Fernandez votes no. Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I explain my vote?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, we've heard a lot of interesting things. First, I'd like to dispel is that voting for this bill is not respecting teachers. I sent my kids to the public school system. They're all successful software engineers. The public school did great service by them. We took each teacher as an individual. They were an extension of our parental rights, parental authority. We treated them that way with respect, and we wanted respect in return. So the idea that somehow, if you vote for this bill, you don't respect teachers is just not true. Pay is not set by this body. Representative Shope, I think, clearly pointed out the fact that when it comes down to pay, it comes down to school boards. And pay is all over in this state. The mean pay has kept up with inflation. Starting salaries are all over the place, finishing salaries are all over the place, but as a state, we've kind of kept up with inflation. So what is the big thing about pay is? Well, the big thing about pay is you can't afford the education to become a teacher anymore. The price for an education in this state and other states has so astronomically outstripped the economies of scale for these markets that you come out of teachers with your teacher certificate with a BMW payment or a small house payment in order to go into a field that pays very little. That's wrong, and we all know it's wrong. And the day of big education is coming, but this is not that day, as the Lord of the Rings. But this bill sort of helps us address a little bit of that. The other portion of this is second jobs. There's lots of people out there second jobs. Most of us in this room have a second job. Good for them. I like seeing it when people try to get ahead in life, when they take their God-given talents and efforts and make themselves better. That's America. The idea that somehow we are torturing somebody if they have a second job is just ridiculous. And they have a long summer. What a great opportunity for people like us and teachers to go out and get a second job. Let's all get a second job this summer. I know my wife would greatly encourage that. Flight from education. Yes, there are teachers leaving education. There's also people leaving nursing. Why is that? Because we put too much upon them. It's not a state problem, it's a national one. We're also having the same problem with doctors. We're making it too much work for too little profit. Let's feed our children. Let's clothe them. Let's wash them. Let's teach them how to treat other people. Let's send them to school ready to learn. Let us do that as a society, not as a legislature. Let's stop asking teachers to parent. This is what we're hearing here is that we're not giving them enough money to parent our children. Well, there isn't enough money to have them parent our children. We should parent our children. And those of us around us who aren't, we should use social pressure, cultural pressure, to have them improve. That's us as a society. The teachers deal with what we send them. If we have declining outcomes, it almost always goes to a declining family atmosphere. So we could do a lot of things. Rankings. Yes, we spend a lot of time looking at the big end of the funnel. The big end of the funnel. The outputs in this state are very good. Well, they're average in the average, and they're very good. We have some very excellent schools. Utah is the lowest input state. They're number 8 in outputs. Why don't we be like Utah? Let's lower things until we're the best. I mean, if that's the logic, then let's go for it. Let's follow that logic. Let's find the states that absolutely put the least amount in and get the greatest amount of outcomes. Let's emulate them. Because that's what we've been sent to be, a steward of outcomes, not inputs. Outcomes are what matter. And those of you who are teachers here, I know you have good outputs. I've spoken to you. You've worked hard for what you do, and you've strived for excellence. Let's get excellence. It's cheap. Anyway, we've heard a lot of false arguments from being deported or fear of being deported and all sorts of other things that have nothing to do with the idea that we want to have more opportunities for people to teach. It's not forcing anybody. It's not forcing anybody out of teaching. And with that, I vote yes.